Hey, welcome back to EdTech by Meera, and today's tutorial will be about Python arrays, how to create what is an array, how to create an array, and what are the different array methods. So basically, array is a special variable that can hold or store rather several values of the same type, mind you. If strings, all strings. If floats, all floats. If integers, all integers. That means same data type. For example, here we consider an array which is called pets. Now this is again a variable, right? So somewhat like a list, but different from a list, because list can hold data of different data types. Remember that. So here pets, like the values here are going to be all strings. Cats, dogs, rabbits. So I'm here and considering an array. So this is an array where your values of the data is all string types. The type of the data, is all string. Okay? So cat, dog, rabbit. Then let's consider some ways that we can modify. So these are the array type, the array methods. So this is the append method. So from the name itself, you're going to add something by appending something. So what do? Just dot append. So pets dot append. Then inside the parenthesis, let's say we want to append or make an additional value of monkey. So dot append monkey and then print the pets. So you'll get the modified value of the array here. Let's see what happens. There you go. There you go. Cat, dog, rabbit, monkey. There you go. The value of monkey was appended to the end of the array. So this is how, if you want to add something or append something to the array, this is how you do dot append. Using the dot append command inside the parenthesis, whatever value you want to add, just write that here in the form of string. Okay, and then print the array. Let's consider another method, which is a clear method. Bad throat. Now, when you do the clear method, it will clear, from the name itself, clear off everything from the array. Pets.clear, nothing inside, and then print the pets. There. See, you get an empty array here. That's how. Quite simple method. So these are the different ways you can append or not append, modify and change the arrays. This is the difference. So one was the append method, next is the clear method. Let's consider some more. Okay. So always do the method and then print out, so that you get to see the modified version after that. So let's consider another method, which is the copy method. So as we know, from copy means copying something. You want to make a duplicate. Let's say you want to make a duplicate array. So what is the command you use? It's called copy. So the copy method. Copy and then the parenthesis. So before that, let me hide all the previous prints so that there's too many printed values doesn't come up in the console. So pets dot copy is always dot when whatever the method name. So here is the copy. Next one is the copy method. So now, before doing that, whatever you copy, you want to store in another duplicate variable. So let me call this. It's up to you what name you want to give. I call it the duplicate variable, or the pets underscore duplicate. This is the name I'm giving to the new variable where I'm going to store all the copied values of the variable. So let's see, pets.copy, whatever variables, cat, dog, rabbit, monkey. Now you got duplicate copy, which is stored in the duplicate file, pets underscore duplicate, the array. Yeah, pets duplicate array is pets.copy. Now, this is considered a shallow copy. Why? Because if you modify the duplicate array, those changes are not reflected in the original pets array. This is very important. So we see that by demonstrating an example here. Let's do something here in order to prove this. Okay. So first and foremost, we print pets.duplicate. Let's get the print first. Then after that we do some modifications to the copy and see whether it's reflected in the original one. Now this is exactly the same. Cat, dog, rabbit, monkey. Both the original and the duplicate arrays, they have exactly the same, because you have copied it from one array to the other, from pets to pets_duplicate array. Now you've printed out both. Now what you want to see, you want to carry out an operation in the duplicate array, that is pets_duplicate, and you want to see whether that change is reflected in your original pets array. So this is what we are going to see. Now I'm showing one method, you can show any other method. So pets duplicate dot clear. So this is the easiest modification you can do. Dot clear. So that means the duplicate, from the duplicate array, if I clear out, means the clear method will clear out all the values, it will empty it out. Yeah, and then after that I want to see the value in the console. So print pets_duplicates. Let's see what's coming up inside your Python console. Obviously it has to be a empty one, empty array. There you go. You see an empty array. Why? Because from the duplicate array you did clear, and you cleared out, or you emptied out all. Now let's see whether this change is reflected in the pets, print pets, because since you removed everything for the duplicate, is the pets also existing? You want to see that, or is it also cleared out? So print pets. Okay, let's see. Let's check it out. There you go. No, it has cat, dog, rabbit, monkey, still the same. So that's why we call this copy method a shallow copy, because whatever you're storing in the copy array, and then after that, if you carry out some changes or modifications, it is not reflected in the original. So this is advantage. So later on, when you do some projects, it comes in very handy. If you want to do some exercises, you want to do some operations in the duplicate file or the copied file, and the change you don't want to reflect in your original one, this is the best way to do. Yeah. So this is when you do the copy. Just to keep this in mind. It's very important. Okay. Now we consider another method which is called the count method. Now, as we know from the name, count means what? Count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you want to count something. Yeah? So, let's say you use you create another variable called pets counts. You can even use X, Y, A, B, C, D, whatever. Just count. That's up to you. So, I write it as pets counts because I want to count the number of particular specified pets. So, what is a command? Whatever is a array name, dot count. And then after that, I print out the count, that is the pets count, whatever name you give to the variable or the array. So then, let's see the result. Oh, there's a bug. That means it says it takes exactly one argument. So that means inside the count parenthesis, you are supposed to write an argument. And here, you haven't given an argument. Sorry, it's my mistake. I didn't, or rather I forgotten, I overlooked that you have to write an argument, because I said, remember, you have to count a specific something, item. So here I haven't mentioned dot count what. Yeah, so dot count, let's say the item name I want to count, in this case the animal, in the pets array is cats. So when I do that, it say, oh, I made a mistake. Let's say here, pets count. So again, there's a name error. It's supposed to be pets count, pets counts, and I've written count. So even if there's a spelling mistake, mind you, it will show a bug. So let's go and do the typo. Let's go to the main file, main py file. Okay. Pets count. So I missed out on a spelling mistake or a typing error. So this error will create a bug. Remember, whenever the array you're writing, it has to have the same spelling when you're printing out, obviously. So 0. 0, why is it showing 0? Can you guess? 0. Must be a mistake again because there's 1. Okay, because I wrote, I'll show you the mistake here. When we go to the file, I wrote cats. Yeah, but if you go back to the main array and find pets, it's not cats, it's cat. So there's this, that means the cats doesn't exist, so it will show you item as cats doesn't exist. Obviously it will show you 0. When I wrote the real one, cat, it says 1 because there's only 1 cat. Let's say I repeat cat 5 times inside the array, then it will show the count as 5, for example. So this is how it can help you in creating the count of items listed inside the array. This is quite interesting. And then we hide all these, we comment out everything because we want to do another method. In fact, the same method, see here, like I create spelling mistakes like pets count, all that. So had you named the variable instead of pets counts, if I say it as X or Y or A or B, you can do the same thing. So that's up to you how you name it, and then you can carry out the operation like that also, so that you are sure that you don't create a spelling mistake. But it's okay. The more mistakes you make, the more expertise you get. So do not be afraid to make mistakes. Do not be afraid to have bugs and errors, because remember, the more bugs you have, the more expertise you get. So here when I repeated the cat item twice, I got the count as 2. Now let's continue with all the array methods. So here, before that, I just like I mentioned how you can use X, Y, or whatever other names. So here I just write X instead of pets count and all that. So X equals pets.count. So dot count is a method, mind you, and then whatever item. So here I can do it properly. So that's again up to you. Like I say, that's up to you whether you're okay to make mistakes, you want to be perfect in the first. But I would say just keep making mistakes. But remember, whatever here you are writing it X as a variable name, so you have to print out X, mind you that. Yeah. Okay. So I made some typos, so I'm just doing some corrections here. So next I'll be talking about another method. There are a couple of more methods, not many. So the next one that I want to talk about is guess what? Okay, let's see it here. Let me finish this first. I'm just writing it down again. Cats. I can even say it as cats. Instead of X, I can just say cats, where cats here mean the count of cats, okay? Or you can say cat. Like there are numerous ways you can name the variable or the array. Yeah. So here cats will be, cats in this case is the number of cats or num cats, cat, count, all of it are the variable names. And because I want to use the count method to get the count of that specific item, which in this case is the cat inside the pets array, mind you that. And then after that, I do pets.countCat. After that, I print out number of cats. Why? Because number of cats is a variable name in which I have stored the count. There you go, 2. Because I've only repeated it twice. Mind you, if I repeat it more number of times, it will give you those specific numbers that is repeated. Otherwise, it will show accordingly whatever is there, whatever count is there. So that is about your count method. Sorry, I'm going slow because it's always better to go slow for these basic tutorials, because you have to get your funda correctly. If your fundamentals are not correct, you'll never be able to do projects. So mind you, do not rush on fundamentals. Do not rush on concepts. Do not rush on codes. Because in the beginning, if you rush, you'll have to Google all the time. No harm in Googling, but Google when you're stuck. Don't keep Googling when you're not even tried to do, when you've not even started a project, or when you've not even tried to make an attempt. Yeah, so it's always important. Then as when you're writing down these methods and definitions, whatever, please scribble and write it and make a separate note for yourself so that you can refer to it later. Yeah. Then I'm creating another array here. Now remember I said of same data type. So earlier it was all string types, here all digits. So remember in an array all the items should be same data type. So here all digits, 4, 5, 7, 9, 2 in that order. Num is an array here. So now I want to use the pop method. Yeah. So what happens when you use the pop method? Let's see what happens. Dot pop, and then I write 1. So that is the index, where 1 is the specified index. So and then after that I print num. Okay, pets is not defined. I made a spelling typo mistake. Okay, again. Let's go to the main py. Because not a typo mistake, I had forgotten to, remove comment out on the previous print, so it is interfering with this command. Okay, let's do it again. Num.pop at index 1. Okay, now should be fine. 4, 7, 9, 2. So what has been popped out? 4, 7, 9, 2. Let's go and see the main array first. 4, 7, 9, 2, the resultant console, resultant array. Zero. Index is 5. Index 1 is 5. Starts with 0. 0 index is 4. Index 1 is 5. So num.pop index 1. So what is popped out or removed? 5. So the resultant one will not have 5. It will just have 4, 7, 9, 2. Simple as that. Quite simple. Instead of pop, you can also say remove. But when you're doing remove, it's slightly different. You have to specify the item, not the index. Okay, so let's continue. Pop is quite simple, using the indexes. We've done indexes before, so it's quite simple. See the resultant array, the item in index 1 is missing. That means it's been removed. 5 has been removed. Simple. Let's go back to the main py file. Okay, so this is quite simple and understandable. Let's do another method. Let's comment out these two, print and then num.pop, so that we have not too many results in the console interfering with each other. I advise you to do that also when you're doing everything in the same file. Okay. Now there's another method which is called, as I said earlier, remove method. So this is slightly different. Here you don't mention the index. Here you mention the item itself. So when you say num.remove, whatever number you want to remove, whatever digits you want to remove. So I say num.remove 2. So let's say what's happening in the resultant console. Console, why is it not showing up? Faster. Okay, let's go back here. 4, 5, 7, 9, 2, right? Num.remove. Oh, I forgot to use the print command, because then only it will show in the console the result. So num.remove 2, print num. Okay. Let's check out the console. There you go, 4, 5, 7, 9. The item that was digit 2 has been removed. So the difference, when you're using pop, you use the index value inside the parenthesis. When you're using the remove command, you just actually write whatever number or whatever item. In this case, it's a digit, so you just write 2. Had it been a string, you'll just write whatever string item that you want to remove. So you wanted to remove 2, which is at the end of the array, so you removed it, and the resultant array will not be containing that item that is removed, which was just having 4, 5, 7, 9. 2 has been removed. So I hope that's quite clear. Let's comment this out. As you know, when you comment, those particular lines will not interfere with the code. That's the idea. Only the developer can see, the person who's reading the console cannot see, the user cannot see. There you go, just repeatedly showing you the result in the console, 4, 5, 7, 9. Let's go back to the main py. Okay. So these are all quite simple methods, but it's always important to keep this in mind, not to forget. So that's why I'm showing you these examples. So now I want to remove 5. Let's say I want to remove 5 from the array containing 4, 5, 7, 9, 2, and then print num. Let's see the result. There you go, 4, 7, 9, 2. 5 disappeared. Why? Because it's been removed. Very simple. So when you're lazy to use indexes, and if you're confused about indexes, instead of pop, you can say remove, because remove means straightforward. Just mention the item that you want to remove. No need of indexes. You wanted to remove 5, you write 5. You wanted in the pets, if you want to remove cat, just mention cat. That's it. Just mention the item only. No need to mention the indexes here, because remove works like that. Item wise. Okay, then what is the other command that you want to do? We want to do another command which is called the reverse method. Now the reverse, from the name itself, will reverse the order. Yeah. So num dot reverse. So num is the array, original array dot reverse, and then print num. That's interesting. Now here the order is 4, 5, 7, 9, 2. Let's see in the result what happens. Haha. 2, 9, 7, 5, 4. It's like a reflection, you know. You get the reflection back. If you see in a mirror, this is like a mirror reflection. 2, 9, 7, 5, 4. So the reverse order, whatever order was there. Like had it been 1, 2, 3, then 3, 2, 1 will be the reverse order, right? So something like that. From backside, this was 4, 5, 7, 9, 2. In the reverse order, it will read from backside 2, 9, 7, 5, 4, as you understand. So that's how it will reverse it. Pretty interesting, because these things you might also require as part of steps when solving projects. So that's why I'm showing you all these methods. Do not look down upon these methods. It's very easy to ignore them, but you surely need them when you're doing some projects. So that's the reason I'm showing you here, so that you can even refer back to them when you're doing your projects, in case you forget that is. But it's not easy to forget. It's quite simple. Yeah. So, and the same holds, be it a number or a string or any other data type, the formula is the same, mind you. Now I want to do another method called the sort method. Yeah, so let's see. You know, when you say sort, it's like it means ascending or descending. Yeah. So num dot sort. So let's see the interesting result. Print num. Now, right now it's 4, 5, 7, 9, 2. So let's see the sorting that is carried out. There you go. Increasing, ascending order. 2, 4, 5, 7, 9. So normally when you use a sort command, I mean the sort method, it will give you the result in an ascending order, like you say, increasing order. Ascending means increasing, right? Okay. Now, what if you don't want the answer or the result in ascending, but what if you want to have in a descending order? What do you do? Using sort itself. So that's interesting question. So let's use the sort command, but use it separately in order to get a sort in descending order, a result in descending order, sorted out order. So I just comment this out and then I repeat it again. So we already have the original array, I'm not changing it. And mind you, this holds not only for digits, like I say, for any data type. I'm just showing you in case of digits, it's easier to understand, that's why. Okay, so num.sort. So here you just don't write num.sort, but inside the parenthesis I have to write reverse equals true. That means reverse. That means the original version is ascending order. Reverse means, reverse equal to true means it's not the ascending order. The reverse of the ascending equals to true. It means that. So reverse equal to true and then print number. You will see the interesting, there you go. 97542. Obviously it's in decreasing or descending order, right? So that's the beauty of it. So this is how you can sort, but get the result in a descending order by writing reverse equals true. So these are the different array methods whereby you can modify or update the array. As you know, as you've seen, array will contain, is like a container, works like a container to carry multiple values in a single variable, but they are all of the same data types, and usually you are making this array by using the built-in list type. As you know, list looks like this, right? The square bracket, the square braces. Okay. Now here this is another method called the slicing method. I don't know if you've heard of it, but this is how, you know, like this is not like slicing your birthday cake, haha, but it works somewhat similar to that. Num 45792, you want to slice from index 1, this is index 1, from index 1 to until index 4. This means whenever you write like this and you store it in a result variable, print result. Whenever it starts from 1, the starting one, 579. The starting one means index 1. So if you see the original array, 5 is happening at index 1. Yeah, let's see the main array. 5 is the value at index 1. And the ending, there you go, and ending 4, so that means index 4. So whenever the ending is index, so the value will stop at index 3. That means starting from index 1 until index 3 will hold good for the result. The last index 4 is not shown in the result. That is the idea. See, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, index 4. So that was 2 is not shown in the result, but starting from the index 1 was shown. Now another one, what if you write the colon and 3 means, if you don't write anything from the start value means starting from index 0 until index 3, 4, 5, 7, right? Because I will just show you here. So from the beginning, this means from the beginning. So whatever is in the beginning until the index 2 only. That is the meaning of that. When you write, nothing is written as the start value. See, 4, 5, 7, 9. The 4, 5, 7, 9. 0, 1, 2, 3. So the 9 is not shown at index 3 until index 2 only. I hope you understand. Still, if you have any doubts, you do not follow about this, you are welcome to comment any doubt in the comment section. I'll be happy to explain it further. Another one, let's consider. This is 4792, mind you. So starting from index 0 is at 4, mind you. So if I write num slicing start value 2, start index value 2 colon, nothing at the end means all the way until the end index, print result. So that means it will start from index 2 and continue all the way until the end, 792. Why? Because starting from index 2 is 7, and then all the way until the end of the list on the array, it will continue. So this is the slicing method. 4, 5, 7, 9. For me, I find it easy, but if you find it difficult, you want me to do a separate tutorial on slicing alone, I'm willing to do that. Or if you want to ask any questions on this slicing, if you find it difficult, because many people I find let me know. So until I see you in the next and come up with more interesting tutorials, subscribe.